How did you handle the complication? And how did it make you feel?
I didn't handle it so well. Um, I didn't handle it so well. Thank God. My wife, she kind of handled a lot of things for me because she knew I wouldn't be able to handle it. Uh, I felt bad, especially being so far away, and I wasn't near the baby, near my wife, near the situation where I can possibly be a
How
comfort
did
to
I
my
feel
wife.
when the doctors told me that my unborn baby had a stroke? I was scared. And I felt bad because as a mom, when you're pregnant, you're the first line of defense. So I knew I let my child down.
Were you afraid?
Yeah, of all 7 children, well, the 6 prior to this one, um, none of them have experienced what this baby has experienced. And um, we as parents have never experienced this. This is our first premature child.
4 boys and
And
2 girls.
with all that was happening, hell yeah, I was afraid.
What was different from this baby than the rest? Well, this pregnancy was harder. Last winter was really bad, and a lot of snowstorms, a lot of ice, and I fell twice. The first one I had a fight with the ice and a plate, 8 stitches. The last fall I fell on the ground on top of my belly, which caused me to bleed. It was almost a miscarriage. I was put on bed rest, and then from there I was put on strict bed rest, but I'm stubborn. So it was just stressful because you're a mom, you have 6 other kids at home, 3 of which need your attention, and you can't really do much because you're forced to be in the bed to hold on to one inside. So it was stressful.
Are you thankful?
Am I thankful? I've taken thankfulness to a totally different level. Um, I'm thankful for so many things. But yes, I'm thankful because things could have went a different direction, and it didn't. And as I'm being thankful to God, I am also praying that the baby continues on his progressive course.
Was there a time I was afraid with the complications with my child? Yes. Yes. Yeah, on July 23rd, that's when my water broke. And it wasn't due until October. So I was afraid because, I didn't know that. There was a lot of things I didn't know, but. And then when the doctors told me that I had to stay in the hospital for 5 weeks, I cried because I knew I was going to be away from my kids at home. This pregnancy was hard and a lot of tests, a lot of praying. But, you know, God won't put more on you than you can handle. So, you know, it made my relationship with God stronger because He let me know He was there for me. He was watching over, and that things were going to be okay, even when things got really bad. He sent me a sign through the clouds. It was an angel right outside my hospital room. So I knew that I was gonna be okay. I just had to trust God, and I trusted Him, and things are good. Things are good.
He's been from A through Z, and when I look at him, I believe in miracles. I mean, I look at all children, and especially when they're being born, infants, and I look at them as miracles. But now I have a different level of respect for not only children being born in complication, but just the being born, the whole, a woman having a child grow inside of their stomach. It's a miracle. It's really a miracle. And we have to start looking at life and being very thankful and cherish this life that some of us throw away so easily.
And the doctors called, but I missed the call on the answer machine. So I called the hospital just to check on the baby because they had this baby cam, and it was like I wasn't able to see him for a few hours, so I got concerned, so I called. Because when they finally put it back, he wasn't enclosed, he just had a pamper. I called, and they told me that I needed to go. So I was afraid because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was going to view. That was the hardest drive of my life. Because I was anticipating everything. And when I got to the hospital, I was with my father. And I saw my baby. He was a shade of gray that no human should ever be. And he wasn't moving. It was hard because I really thought I was looking at a dead baby. So I walked over to I don't even know the incubator that they had him in. It wasn't the closed one, it was open. And I just wanted to scoop him up and hold him, but I couldn't because he's attached to all these wires. So all I could do is pray. And I just put my hands over the baby, and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and the doctors were standing around me, and I just prayed. And in the prayer, I just got overwhelmed because of this feeling in me. I wanted to jump up and shout, but I had to contain that because you're in the NICU and you don't want them to kick you out of there because they're thinking you're going crazy. But it was the Holy Spirit coming over me. So it was just so much of the Holy Spirit. I had to not only have my hand over my baby, but I stretched my hands out towards all the babies in the NICU. And I just kept praying. And during that, his heart rate is going down. He stopped breathing. It was hard. They had to incubate him, and it was hard. But through it all, I prayed. And I think that was the sickest he had ever been. And the doctors were my baby. You've come this far. Don't take my baby. Please don't take my baby. And I begged him. I said, I'll do anything, just please don't take my baby.
Check the pulses. His bottom looks fine. Oh, but he's got this, and it blanches. You can do a bit of it. So,
And with all the prayers,
so I would
all
say
the
it's
sounds going off. He was expected to be on that incubator for at least 2 days, and he was only on the incubator for, I don't even think it was 8 hours. And the doctors were amazed. They was like, it wasn't even 12 hours ago that we called you. But look at him now. I mean, he was breathing on his own, and I said, it's God. This is God. This is a miracle right here. And I just, let me tell you, prayer works, honey. It really works. And at that time, I had to put every ounce of fear that was coming out of me, every ounce of anything negative, I had to take it from inside and just give it to God so he can fill with positivity and let his energy flow and his healing. And I think about that day, September 3rd. That's going to be a hard date, but it's also a date that I'll remember.
When I look into his eyes, I'll do anything for my baby, anything for my child, anything.